Welcome to Partnerships for Profit, the podcast where we bring you inside the world of joint ventures, strategic partnerships, and powerful collaborations. Whether you're looking to expand your network, find new referral partners, or scale your business, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
I'm back. I was just here like 5 minutes ago doing another podcast, but I'm back. I'm Will Brooks again on Partnership for Profits. We have a cool guest today. We have someone who's up in Canada in Vancouver, who is the social media unicorn. We have Megan Shallow with us today. Megan, how are you doing?
I am good. I'm excited to be here. And also, I'm pretty sure I saw someone I know on that video, that intro video.
Oh, really?
Really cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'll put you on the spot.
She's a Google expert. Amit, I think. Yeah.
I don't pay attention to the intro video anymore, so I can't even remember who's on it. I've seen it so many times, but that's cool. I'm glad that you know someone who's been on the show. That's fantastic. I love to hear that. So Megan, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do and who you work with, and give me the 5-minute story on Megan Shallow.
Yeah. So I'm in the organic social media management business. I have a social media agency, and that's what we specialize in. And I just started out as a freelance social media manager back when that wasn't, call it like a mainstream thing to do. I think when I told my parents what I was going to do, they were like, what? And it's 2016. So that was when Instagram was still squares and filters. It was a good time. Yeah. And so now, organic social agency supporting businesses all over, I would say, US and Canada right now, building communities online and offline. That's really always been my passion, is like, I know that when people feel connected to community, their well-being is impacted so positively. And the goal for me is always to drive people into their local community, which is why I really love working with local businesses and people who are on the ground in their community making an impact. So that's
awesome.
what I do. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So we have our business. We produce organic social content. Amazing. I told you we came on for the legal field for a lot of attorneys, and we do podcast production, but we do a lot of organic social content, video production. What we have always struggled with is the distribution end, the putting that stuff out there in the right way so the right people see it. And that's social media management. I know that's not all that goes into it, but that's a big part of it. So tell me real quick, I want you to define for me and for our audience what a good social media manager, not just but a good social media manager should be doing for a business's social media.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. And it's a very unregulated industry because everyone wants to be one, because I mean, there is a lot of freedom that can come with it, but with more freedom comes more responsibility. And that's something that I watch people drop in organic social when they get into this industry and try to take on this job. So a good social media manager is a very well-balanced person that is both creative and admin, which is a unicorn. Like, finding someone who is great at both and thrives on both is very hard. It's very hard to find. I mean, I know that from just trying to hire the right people.
Right.
I've hired people that are too far on the creative side. They don't survive. I've hired people too far on the admin side. They don't survive. The clients don't see success. And then we have to reevaluate their position within the company, or they leave because they realize social media management was not for them. And so for me, that's something that's really important. I was blessed with that gift, maybe from university and stuff. Like, I think my admin units are really good just because university forces you to be good at that. Yeah. But I am a creative for sure, and like very intuitive in the ideas that come through. And I love diving into research, and I love seeing what's going on in the industries and trying to figure out how our clients can do it differently. But yeah, I have a team that helps me now with the admin side. Because strategy is definitely my gift. But that's another thing. People hire social media managers like they're virtual assistants. You can't do that. No. If they're just pressing
job, right?
Yeah, because then they're not strategizing and they're not jumping to the next level of like, oh, this new trend literally came out 2 hours ago. We need to jump on this today. Like, the virtual assistant has their whole month planned out, and they've like organized it, and they're not moving anything because that's what they have in the plan. And that's a VA kind of approach. So there's this very fine line of like, it's not outsourcing like a bookkeeper. You really need someone who's going to strategize and have your back so that you don't have to scroll on social media all the time. And I have like 10 people who have my back, so I don't have to scroll on social media all the time. Because I have a lot of niches and a lot of things that I need to keep tabs on. So I need help. I need help with that.
So with your business, is it your business? It's your business, B&L Media Consulting. That's your business, right? So are you producing the content too, or is it a matter of where
no? So I'm
content, getting it to you guys to post and to get out there and manage and make sure it's getting in front of the right eyeballs?
Yeah. So like we can do the foundational production of content. So that's, like if we need to use leverage and lean into graphic design, building out carousels, static images, those kinds of things. Like copywriting is, so I believe everyone's a marketer in some way, shape, or form. Like every single person has a gift in marketing. It's just finding out what their gift is. Mine's copywriting. Like I can copyright till like all the time. That's like my favorite thing to do. Some it's video. So lucky for them. Some it's design. But for me, like we help with the copywriting, like we have copywriters on staff and we choose and like piece puzzles together to make sure the right energy is for the right client. But we don't actually, I have not gone into video and photography. Like I've tried twice. I've failed every time. I want creatives to do what they do best, which is create content. And then I'm like, bring it to us. So we do work with a lot of clients who have these drop boxes full of content that they've invested in and it's gone nowhere. And so we're able to take that and move it into a strategy and like leverage it and lean and bring it out. And then we also get clients to create content for us because organic content is doing well. Like ugly content is trending. So we don't have to be perfect in order to be successful.
100%.
And then we have video editors and stuff that will splice things together if we get like B-roll, and like we have a wellness cold plunge sauna in Scottsdale. We get their staff to take a bunch of video. We can make it look cool as if we were there filming that whole thing. So it's very helpful. And also I find it just makes everyone energetically involved in the social media success, which is what we need. It's not a one-man show anymore. Like it's a lot of people need to make sure organic is winning these days. It's not post and walk away. Like you can't post in peace. You cannot. You guys do handle the engagement side of things too for your clients. So you're replying to comments, following people back, DMing, all that stuff. Yeah, like pushing the following. Like if we need to, like for our Scottsdale client, they had no following. And I'm like, well, I need Scottsdale to know that you guys exist. So we just went in and I'm like networking with everyone and like commenting and following and like grabbing the creators that I see. I mean, Scottsdale is a hub for creators and influencers, so it's not hard to do. Whereas like we have a client in Virginia. It's harder in Virginia to find content creators. It's very fascinating. Different pockets, Richmond, Virginia versus Scottsdale, Arizona. Very different. So these are like, so I always go into the communities and be like, okay, where are we going? Who do I need to talk to? Who do I need to see? And if they're online, then it's like, okay, what podcasts do I need to get them to go on? What's trending that way? Who do I need to follow and engage with and become a part of that community? So we do have that structure within B&L. And we also, of course, like inbox management and reporting, like we track everything. If we can get into people's Google Analytics and if we can get into their Google business pages, that helps us. We can just see our efforts. Right. Because the biggest question that gets asked all the time is it even working? And I'm like, I promise you, is your business growing since you've hired us? Then yes, it's working. But I can't tell you every single data point. Like with organic, you cannot tell. You can't.
That's what I wanted to ask you about that because, like I said, we produce organic content for the firms that we work with. And the question we always get is like, I'm not seeing clients come in from this. And our response is always like, I don't think if you're seeing clients coming in for this or not. Exactly. Because the people that are coming in, excuse me, they're not necessarily saying, yeah, I saw a reel on Instagram and that made me want to hire you. Like people don't come in and say that. And you're not tracking it if they are telling you that. Do you have someone in your office who's writing down or recording anytime anyone says, yeah, I chose you because of a social media video I saw. So that's a challenge for us too. How do you, so what's the secret to kind of overcoming those questions from a client of like, is this worth it? I don't feel like I'm seeing results from this. It's a long game, right?
It's the longest game. I mean, I had a client that was, I mean, she is very intuitive and like a spiritual practitioner. So she just knew that she had to work with me. Like I didn't have to persuade her. And I was even a little nervous. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready. Because like when I work with spiritual people, it also means I have to spiritually evolve once again. And so anyway, she chose me and like, she's like, I know I'm in it. And I'm like, I'm scared this isn't going to work. And she's like, I trust me, it's going to work. I'm like, okay. So it took like 2 years, but now like she went from no following to like, she has 11,000 subscribers on TikTok. Or followers on TikTok, 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like she's got 5,000 on Instagram, but like YouTube's a game. But it all started because we were starting to reach out to small podcasts on Instagram. And it was just like snowball. And like all of a sudden we're like, well, it's working. Like we couldn't deny it. But she had to commit and I had to commit. Like I'm sometimes ready to throw in the towel and be like, I don't know, like maybe this isn't it. Maybe this is another account that's just not going to work because they're not meant to be doing this. But yeah, it's just, you have to trust. And I think like the big companies that are leaning into organic social, they've got the ability to trust. They can throw money. They have so much money.
The money for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not a problem for them. Whereas when you're a small business and you're like, I know that Gary Vee is saying organic is the future, but like, what? How much work is this? And so I'm glad he's saying it because it's something I've believed all the time. It's the only thing that's grown my business is organic social media.
Right.
I've never gone viral. I've never done anything crazy. It's very hard to get me on camera and to do reels and things like that. So I write. Like when I'm not able to show up on camera, I just do posts and I write and it's energy. It's energy. I'm like putting out my gift and things start showing up and I can't explain it, but it's also organic.
What keeps you from getting on camera? Why?
I'm like a very intuitive person. So if I have to have a script and do the things and like follow a thing, then I'm
talking organic on camera.
I know. Yeah. It's for me, it's always been like, I'll do it. And when I do it, it works. But like when I'm like, life is happening and like things are going and I don't feel inspired to say anything, I can write. But showing up on camera for me is not the easiest thing to do. Lately, it's like sometimes I'll like go for it and other times I can't. And I'm like, and my intuition is like, you got to get on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, that's like, you can't not talk.
Well, if you're writing that stuff down,
I know.
That's your video right there. That's your video.
You'd think it was that easy. It's like, I mean, I have clients all the time that I'm like, I need you to do video. And they're like, okay. And it takes like 3 weeks to get a video out of them. And so, and even then they're like, not sure. And I'm like, I get it. It's fine. We got you. And they still get results. So I think we do live in a world where it's like video. And I'm like, I don't know. My sister made $5,000 off a graphic that we posted for her. So I don't know. Like, I get it. I do.
I think it's a combination of everything.
It's a combo.
Do it all. Not just video. You have to do all of it. I agree with you 100%.
I find video catches people and then the other content can help with the conversion journey.
Yes, absolutely. But I think it all has to tie in together. You got to have a little bit of everything. You mentioned that, ugly is working just a little bit ago. I think one of the biggest struggles that small business owners have, they want everything to look perfect and to sound perfect and to be this highly produced thing. So how do you help clients let go of that need for perfection and to focus on just being authentic and just getting their message out there? What's the strategy to get them into that mindset?
I mean, the data helps. So the data helps with that to show them like, look, this worked. This beautiful thing that we did that we spent so much time on, amazing, and still will probably be a part of the journey. But like this helped find new people. And so that can usually help it's always a battle of the egos. And it's just, we're also protective of our businesses. Like we love them so much. And like we worked so hard and, put our soul and money into this. So it's just like, making sure that it's perfect. I get it. I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, we are perfectionists. That's why we didn't like being in corporate. But that's like the biggest piece, is like showing the data, and then they can relax. Like, oh, okay, well, that wasn't hard to do. Maybe I'll do more of that. So it's like the motivation and the dopamine hits reassured by data.
For sure. And to be able to show them those results and say, hey, this worked really well. Let's double down and do more of this, because this is grabbing an audience. We have a client in New Orleans that we've worked with for a long time. He's an attorney, and we've been doing organic social and podcasting with him for a while, and numbers were okay. And we did a video earlier this year. Jazz Fest is a big thing in New Orleans. This is big music festival that they have. And he hates it. He's a local, he's a lifelong New Orleanian. He's lived there his whole life. And we asked him, hey, what's the best thing about Jazz Fest in a video? We're shooting organic. And he was like, honestly, I hate Jazz Fest. And let me tell you why. And he went on this rant about why he hated Jazz Fest. So we edited that video together, put it up on TikTok. It was like within a week, it had 150,000 views on TikTok. 80,000 views on Instagram. And he was like, why did this work? And we're like, well, you were yourself. You were being authentic. You were being real. And it was related to the local community. It was, and a bunch of people agreed with it. And since then, like, we've been doubling down on that and letting him just kind of get on a soapbox and be himself. It took us a year to figure out, like, oh, this is you. Okay, now we know who you are. And now he's consistently hitting those kinds of numbers on his videos on a monthly basis. Not every video does that, but he'll have 2 or 3 every month that just pop off because we hit on that formula. And because he stuck with it and was consistent.
Well, you make a really good point there, because that's something that I'm starting to see shift, is like opinion-based content 100%. Is performing very well, because no one knows what the truth is anymore. So just give us your opinion. Because like, what is, like, that's something that I think that's why there's been a resistance to show up on social media. It's been about for like the last 6 to 12 months. And it's because I can write my opinions, but speaking them, I'm always nervous that it won't come out the way that I want it to. But that I'm noticing is like really, it is what is moving the dial.
I think that with the answer, the secret to that we have found is giving your opinion. Yes, you have to be opinionated on social media. You just have to be careful about what you're being opinionated about.
Exactly.
Something like that's, and if you're a local business and you're in New Orleans and Jazz Fest is this huge thing, you can make a video about why you hate Jazz Fest. That's not a political stance. That's not going to alienate anybody because of something, like that kind of ridiculous stuff. So, if you can find something that's ingratiate, that's a thing in your community, give your opinion, whether it's good or bad, however you feel about it, but be honest about it. It will work. And we've seen that work with other clients that we have across the country too, where we're kind of hitting on like, hey, this is working for this guy. Let's talk about how you feel about, you're in Miami. How do you feel about snowbirds in Miami? I don't know if you know what snowbirds are.
I do, because all the Canadians go.
Yeah, they go to Miami. So
or
we have this attorney in Miami, and we asked him about, hey, what do you think about snowbirds? And he went on this rant. He's like, I hate the snowbirds. The traffic's worse in the wintertime. You can't get a reservation at a restaurant because all these people from the Northeast and all these people from Canada come down to Miami to spend the winter. And so the winter it's so much busier and you can't go out. And like, he did this thing. We just put that out last week. Numbers are great because all the people in Miami are like, yes, we hate the snowbirds too. So
and look at that too, like speaking to your local audience, I am just, local audience is the best. And like, especially now.
Business, yeah. 100%.
Perfect.
If you can get 40,000 people in your local community to check out your videos, and you're doing great.
Yeah, you've got a full referral network now. You don't even have to go to a networking event.
Yeah. Which is it can be, I have found that it can be hard to get clients to realize that, like, because your video didn't get 2 million views doesn't mean that it wasn't worthwhile. You were just saying that earlier, you haven't gone viral, but it's working for you and your business. Same with us. So you're validating a lot of what we tell our clients.
Perfect.
Megan, I very much appreciate that. I tell that to people, guests I have on the show all the time, that I get a lot of validation from the podcast, because it's like, oh yeah, we are doing things the right way. Because
well, I mean, in marketing, don't we all, like, I know I'm like, do I know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like, there's just so much out there now. I'm like, is like, that's why I say social media unicorn. I can't say I'm a social media expert. Like, I don't think any of us can term ourselves as social media experts. It's too much. It's too much. And it's just how you lead and how you create. And it's a fun time. I've never dropped it. I've always attempted to build other things. I'm like, should I be more than an organic social media agency? And then I try, and like the universe is like, absolutely not.
I mean, it's a huge part of our lives now. I mean, everyone's life, day in, day out. Say that again?
It shapes culture.
Yes. 100%.
It literally shapes our worlds.
So, all right, now we've talked about opinions. I'm going to ask for your opinion on something that is in the news that's just started happening. The government in America is basically buying TikTok, from what I understand.
Oh, is that happening?
I believe so, yes. I mean, it's not the U.S. government, but it is a lot of people who are very connected to the
pipelines all come back to the government.
And so, I was looking at other social media yesterday, and people commenting on it and say, well, there goes TikTok. Hey, deactivate your TikTok. What happened with Twitter is going to happen with TikTok. And I don't necessarily disagree, but I'm just kind of curious where you see that going, and what's going to happen with TikTok. What are your thoughts?
I think YouTube is going to have a party. That's like my intuition is never wrong. It always actually shocks me, like 3 years down the line, when social media gets to the place where I was like, oh, I knew it was going to get here. Like I said, like I started this industry when Facebook was like the main gig still for people. Right. Like people were leading with Facebook and like, oh, I guess we'll do Instagram. Like that was the mentality. And I was like, no, Instagram is it. Like that is the game changer. And my agency at the time that I was working with, that I quit pretty quickly after like 8 months, I tried to explain to the CEO, I was like, Instagram is where your audiences are going to be, and this is where the conversions are going to happen. He's like, absolutely not. That platform's so dumb. And I'm like, no. TikTok people will move. I still, like, when I go on TikTok, something feels not right. Something doesn't feel right. And I know that it's still very powerful, and that people, like, there's a lot of really good messages on there. But there is a dark side to TikTok that I can't agree with. And so it's always been a secondary platform for everything that we do. It's never the leader. Yeah, it feels wrong. I've never been on a platform before where I feel like, oh my gosh, this is not right. Like it's not good. This is very dangerous. So I do believe YouTube will call it king of social media.
You think it's going to come out ahead?
I think they're going to come out ahead. I mean, they've lasted through all of this, but YouTube and LinkedIn are going to be the most trusted social media platforms.
LinkedIn, really?
They will be the most trusted platforms in the next couple of years.
What do you think about Blue Sky?
What is it?
Blue Sky? Do you know Blue Sky?
I do know Blue Sky. I never got my code, so I can't get in.
Really?
Yeah, the code never came.
You're not missing much. I check it like every 2 weeks.
It reminds me of Blue Sky. Reminds me of that one social platform that came out that was just like broadcasting, but I can't remember the name. What was it called? Do you remember?
It was just broadcasting.
It was just broadcasting. It was like a radio almost, and like it was exclusive invite, and it happened about like 2022. It was in America, but I can't remember the name. Obviously, it did not survive because they don't. No. But yeah, there's something about Google that's still so trusted.
YouTube is technically the second largest search engine in the world, behind Google, and they're owned by the same company. So I agree with you, and we've been pushing our clients hard to like, hey, YouTube Shorts.
My clients make the most money off YouTube, and not because YouTube's paying them, but because people are converting off YouTube. Yeah. Something is happening and I'm grateful that I got to witness that. But yeah, my spiritual client again had no audience, no conversions. Like she was just excited for a $25 community purchase. And all of a sudden these YouTube people are handing her like $3,500 for her one-on-one coaching. And like, she thought that was kind of like the biggest upsell and like maybe a couple. And like, there's just like such deep trust that comes through watching YouTube. And I don't know if it's because people are watching it on their TV, because I know it is a media platform. Like YouTube identifies not as a social media platform, but like a media TV platform.
I believe people are still watching on their computers and tablets and phones.
Oh, for sure. I have a friend who like solely watches YouTube. Like he'll turn on his TV and YouTube's playing. And I'm like, that's so weird to me. But that's a lot. That's like a lot. Like even if you look at the data, like a lot of it is like TV. And I'm like, weird.
I mean, smart TVs you can pull up YouTube on your smart TV now anyways.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's trust, there's purchasing happening on YouTube. You can do live shopping on YouTube. Like you can do everything that TikTok offers on different screens. Like it's all like you can have it all on all over the screens. And there's just a level of trust. I mean, I know there's a dark side to YouTube, and I still am a huge advocate of please don't let your kids on YouTube. It's social media safety. We just did something on that in June because that's Internet Safety Month. And I was like, this is, I didn't want to know, but you got to know and you got to say it. You got to talk about it. But that I believe is the one that's going to come out on top. And then LinkedIn's going to come in a close second. And Meta is, people are having a tough time because of the founder. Like just
I know. He's a problematic guy. Tell me what were your thoughts about LinkedIn as far as it kind of being number 2, because it's not really made for video, right? And you think about social media, video is such a huge part of social media now, and it's not a huge part of what they do there. And the social side of LinkedIn, for me anyway, it's all about business and networking, and there's not as much of a social aspect to it, if you know what I mean, if I'm using the right word. Do you think that's going to change or
Well, I think LinkedIn covers the bases that like Instagram has always covered, which is like building community and networks. Like with Instagram, you can do that. With TikTok, I find it's not the same. Like we don't have that same connection like you have on Instagram, but you can create that over on LinkedIn. And because of the rise of the creator economy, and because of the, like even creators are going to LinkedIn, like they're having huge success on LinkedIn. Yeah, I know. Didn't see that coming. I didn't expect that, but they have a whole campaign around it. And video, they're trying. You can tell that they're trying to build the systems and the opportunities for vertical video to be successful on LinkedIn. And every time a client does post a vertical video, it does perform well. Like it's one of the higher performing pieces of content. So it is being consumed. They just don't have like an algorithm to like push it the way that Instagram pushes.
Yeah, it's the way it works. It's just it feels so different than traditional social media to me, or even YouTube for that matter, which we kind of in our in-house with our company, we consider, like with our clients, we tell them like, think of YouTube as a social media channel.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They don't consider themselves social media, but they're a social media channel. There's commenting, there's following, like all the same thing everybody else has.
Like community posts on YouTube, I feel like they always get forgotten about. But my one client who's like, all of a sudden she's got these 20,000 subscribers, like she'll get 400 thumbs up and like 50 comments on a community YouTube post. Yeah. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is this? So their YouTube is almost amalgamating TikTok and Facebook together, and then LinkedIn is really coming alongside, and like that's the community, that like the local community, you're networking. Like I mean, my greatest opportunities have come through LinkedIn. I'm not consistent on LinkedIn, but I'm like consistent enough that like I'm around, and then I'll repost stuff when opportunities come, and like people will tag me, and I'll do the things. And so there's that piece that I think that covers, what Instagram can provide. But YouTube has started to implement the invite to collaborate. You can add partnerships. Like you can do the things that Instagram is really famous for. So you can tell that they're moving the dial to like bring everyone over.
So you think Meta is going to take a hit?
I think Meta is going to take a hit. I mean, they're still going to be there, but I don't think they're not loved anymore. They're not loved.
I guess the thing with Facebook especially is like it has survived. And is it still not the largest social media platform out there?
It is. I think it's still like from a numbers standpoint.
Yeah.
But like if they were to do a satisfaction survey, then maybe if we were to do a satisfaction survey across the board, I'd be curious what that data would say.
For sure. They just seem like, the unkillable beast is Meta. Like it continues to Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp is still working.
And now, WhatsApp is still rocking and rolling, and they're also adding in more AI stuff. So they're more AI forward. Like even like, I'm trying to figure out how to do it, but like there's AI content that you can create through Meta. Like that's their goal, is to have like Midjourney in the app. So because AI content is performing well if you're transparent about it. So like if you make a cool piece of AI content, people love it. Like because it's
but don't try to play it off as being real.
No. And and then people love it more. And then the algorithm does favor AI content, like AI video, especially because people are just amazed, right? Like they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that's AI. Like we did an AI month. I did a theme in August and I was like, I'm going to make every post with AI and it's going to get weird, but we're going to do it anyway. And so like I took a photo of me and then threw it in Midjourney as like, make a video of this. And I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, but it's wild stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. This has been great. I've loved this conversation. And I'm like
talk about social media forever.
Yeah, I could. And I love what you're thinking about YouTube. As far as where you think that's going, I'm on the same page. I think that's going to be the at the top of the mountain when it's all said and done. I think they're still going to be the big man on the block. So I agree with you, and thank you for validating my thoughts and my feelings.
You're welcome.
So Megan, tell people out there that are watching, whether they're watching live or watching the recorded version, tell people how they can get in touch with you and your company.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram at BNL Social. That's usually like where I'm hanging out the most. I do check on LinkedIn, but at the end of the day, Instagram is like the place. And in regards to like how you can work with BNL, there's two routes. There's organic social media management. So if you don't have time and you're like, please help me, I'm crying, we can help with that. And then, or there's consulting. I have group coaching programs for small business owners. And then I also have a career building program for people who want to get into the industry and do this well. That's starting in January. So yeah,
very
exciting
cool.
time ahead. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much for giving me some time today and talking with me about what you have going on and how you're helping people out. Those of you who are watching the podcast live out there, we appreciate you guys tuning into the live stream. If you're watching the recorded version on YouTube or listening on Apple or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, we appreciate you as well. And we really appreciate thumbs and stars and likes and all that good stuff. It really helps us out. So please do that and follow us, and we'll have more pods next week. I'm probably going to have another 7 or 8 of these episodes live stream next week. So please make sure you tune in to the live stream or watch it after the fact. But we do appreciate you guys tuning in to P4P. Megan, thank you so much for coming on the pod again. I'm going to get you back on, and I've got some people I want to connect you with and some podcasts I want to get you on. So I want to talk to you more about that off the air. But thank you again so much for joining us today and giving us some of your insights.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you guys next week on more Partnership for Profits.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Partnerships for Profit. We hope you've gained valuable insights on how to form profitable partnerships and take your business to the next level. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. Got a partnership story to share or someone you'd like to see featured on the show? Reach out to us. Until next time, keep building those partnerships for profit.